3 million years ago, glaciers became nature's hands, molding, carving, polishing the granite canyons of Yosemite. The signature on this magnificent sculpture was written by a 60-mile-long glacier that, inch by meticulous inch, chiseled its way through the Tuolumne River Canyon, leaving Yosemite Valley in its wake. In the 1890s, naturalist John Muir rallied nationwide support to protect Yosemite from, quote, the greedy ravages of man. Ironically, his writings also spurred the nation to come to Yosemite in droves.
John Muir, he never advocated keeping people out of the park. He felt that in order to preserve and protect it, people needed to see it.
The limits of transportation kept Yosemite out of harm's way in the early going. In 1869, an arduous stagecoach trip was finished off by a grueling 40-mile trek on mule or horseback. But by the start of the 20th century, progress in the form of tourism was pushing its heavy shoulder against the gradually yielding door to Yosemite.
I think it was probably the train in 1907, because the train built a line up the Merced River, and it was the first time that people could come into the valley during the winter.
When the federal government took over Yosemite in 1906, Major Harry Benson was the superintendent. He wanted to make some changes. He banned automobiles. The automobile ban lasted from 1906 to 1913. Even John Muir supported lifting the ban on the automobile. He felt the more people that saw Yosemite, the more they would want to preserve it. Stephen Mather took over the national park system in 1916 and was a strong supporter of the automobile, believing it opened the park to what he called the common man. The National Park Service decided a new road had to be built, but a mountain of granite stood in the way. Rather than go around it, engineers tunneled through it, straight as an arrow, into the heart of Yosemite. When it was finished 3 years later, you could drive through and come out at Inspiration Point. What you saw almost 70 years ago is what you see today. But the real miracle is that you also see the same incredible vista that the Miwok Indians gazed upon 500 years ago when they first made Yosemite their home.